temperature was close to 80, and it was kind of uncomfortable, especially for this time of the year. You know, I got a lot of stuff I want to do outside, but I don't want to do it when it's humid. I just can't stand working in humid weather. The hot, I don't mind. You know, you can always find shade, but when it's humid, you can't find any relief from the heat, it seems. So why don't you, let's see, there's something else I want to comment to you on, Tim. Oh yeah, the early morning group. I can remember waking up at 3 in the morning and turning on my little Sony of my own 2010 and listening on 75 bedside, and Frank was in there all the time, like 3:30, 4 in the morning. He was on with the group every single morning. I know Frank's always been an early riser, but I don't know if he's still getting up at 3 in the morning. But Glenn's another early riser. I've heard him on the bedside radio too. But that bedside radio is no longer any good because of all the local noise from all the switching power supplies in the house. There's got to be 50 or 60 of them in the house now, and it's just a lost cause trying to listen to shortwave on a portable radio with a whip antenna. It's an absolute lost cause. So I don't even try anymore. That thing just sits, the radio's still there, but it just collects dust. So over to you there, Tim. Go ahead and pick her up. WA1HLR and the group, K1ETP.
Okay. Lich Aloni. And I can just barely hear Bruce, UJR, but I understand he's running piss weak low power. Well, if I had the navigator I just did up, plumbed into the system, I'd get on as well, but I can do this. I'm going to drop down to the exciter. Stand by. Alright, this is about 11 or 12 watts. And I'll load things quite lightly. Back down on the modulation. And according to the great W, this is 5 watts. Do you still hear me? A little better.
Yeah, I hear you better, Bruce. Yeah, but Tim, you're still louder than Bruce is, quite a bit louder. I don't know what you're using for an antenna, Bruce, but Tim, well, I can do that too. Wait a minute. All right, what's this? This is 8 watts. 8 watts right now, so there you go.
Well, a little bit of background here, but quite Q5. What you doing for an antenna, Bruce? Not really necessary. I'm going to bring this up.
Sounds like Bruce is using some kind of gynecological tool for an antenna.
This ought to work. This is about 25 watts. So, just like mine, use the amplifier and generate a lot of heat. Yeah, band conditions are pretty incredible today. Yep, that's the thing about farty phone. The absorption of the D's and douche layer is that much less than 75 meter daytime. Yeah, it does have an effect, but not to the same degree. So, anyway, it's kind of fun to back it down a little bit. Yeah, I meant to comment on the NFEDs. I know these. I know Bob AAR signed out, but you know, everybody's trying to find an antenna that works on all the bands without lifting a finger to retune things and play around with things. And you know, the fact of the matter is let us say you have a resonant, I mean a purely resonant half wavelength of wire for the lowest frequency. Let us say it is 160, which I think he has it on. And let us say you set it up at 1800. Let's say, okay, second harmonic, 3600, fourth harmonic, 7200, eighth harmonic, 14.4, just outside the 20-meter band. But what happens is, you see, that half wavelength is resonant, calculated on 468 over F, because you have the end effect at either end. And then when you go to a full wavelength on 75, then part of the figuring, half of it, being that it's a full wavelength, is calculated on 468 over F. And the other half is calculated on 492 over F. Therefore, the resonant frequency of the antenna at its second harmonic, instead of being 3600, might be like 3630, 3640, something like that. Then when you go up to 40 meters, instead of being 7200, it might be like 7280 or something like that. So, trying to have a one-size-fits-all with an NFED like that is an impossibility. The other thing is each multiple, even though it's high impedance, the impedance goes down. When it's at its highest impedance is when you're just NFED half wave. NFED full wave, it's still high, but it's lower. And each multiple thereof of voltage resonance, the impedance keeps dropping. So I rest my case.
So how low does the impedance get, say, like on the not the fifth, but like the eighth harmonic?
You know, it might be 900, 800, 900, 1,000 ohms. Put it this way, if it was an infinitely long piece of wire, you know, and this is just from my experience, but I haven't seen it in any textbooks, but I call it the natural impedance, which would be in the order of 600 ohms. So you could take an infinitely long wire and, you know, feed it. The feed impedance would be in the order of 600 ohms, I think.